Hey guys, I'm Jamie. I want to talk to you today about setting a intentional word. And this is something that I like to do at the start of a new year, which if you're watching this in real time is what's happening. So this might be a good practice for you for your sort of yearly 2021 word, or maybe if you're doing this in a different year in the future. But you could use this at any time. So you can set intentional words for, your week, your month, your season, whatever it may be. So if you guys have been following along, watching my videos here, or maybe on Instagram, you know that I am kind of obsessed with intention setting. I think it's a great tool for us to, stay on track as we move through our lives in terms of staying in a space of emotional and mental state and really remaining connected to our values. That's the biggest thing for me, is that we can remind ourselves where our values lie and remind ourselves not to stray from that. And so I always love to have a word that I work with for each year. It's sort of my yearly word that's an intention. And then sometimes I set longer intentions that, either utilize that word or that kind of sprout from that word, and use those intentions throughout my year as well. But the word carries all the way through for me. And so what I recommend doing if you're trying to identify a word for yourself, because sometimes it's a little hard because we want a lot of things, right? We have a lot of different words or a lot of different desires floating around in our head, but it's really nice to kind of narrow it down and sort of center in on just one. So what I would recommend doing, and I'm not going to lead you through a whole practice here because I think that this is nice to do on your own for as long as you want and in any sort of shape or form that you want to, but doing a connection to the heart and sort of a little heart-centered meditation to help you tune in to what your desire for this year is. And so you could do that just sitting up, maybe placing your hands on your heart. You could lie down. You could always place a piece of rose quartz on your heart or keep the hands on the heart. Or if you have a heart opening pose that you like to do, something that's easy to hold for a little while, like, like a restorative mountain brook pose or a restorative or a yin style back bend, maybe a supported fish pose where you can get the heart really open, you might do that as well. So find a situation that feels good for you, and then you're just going to settle in and you're going to find that meditative state, that connection to the breath and connection to the center of the chest. So what I usually do is just imagine myself sort of breathing in and out through the center of my chest, maybe envisioning, a light or a sense of warmth or a color there that I can focus my attention on. My dog's making little sleep sounds in the background here. It's very sweet. So it can really get connected to my heart center and my desire. And I always talk about this, and I have previous videos where I've talked about this when it comes to manifesting and intention setting, that instead of focusing on the specifics, like I want this thing in my life, or I want this person in my life, or I want this specific job in my life, that instead you focus on the outcome of that. So what is it that you're ultimately after? Is it a sense of being loved? Is it a sense of being supported? Is it a sense of feeling secure? A sense of adventure? A sense of, whatever it might be. There's all these different words that we might be looking for that would really describe what our desire is for how we end up feeling emotionally and mentally. And then from there, once you've kind of identified that, you can come up with a word. So it might be a word as simple as love or security or support, if those are things you're looking for. And it might lead you into thinking about other words in terms of, sort of where we end up. So what I came up with for my word this year when I did this practice was forward. Because what I kept thinking about was my desire to continue moving forward. And so from that word, then I have also come up with some additional longer full sentence intentions. And again, I have videos about that if you're interested in setting some that way. But yeah, from that word, it just felt like that word really encompassed for me what my end desire was in terms of how I wanted to feel and how I wanted to show up and how I wanted to experience the year ahead. So hopefully that makes sense. And I hope that you will try out this practice on your own. Get some meditation. Maybe it's something you do a few times before something really connects and feels appropriate for you. And then I would love to hear what words you came up with or what your experience was with it in the comments below if you would like to share. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you'll subscribe and join me again for future videos, or maybe go back and watch some of the past videos. And I hope that you have a fantastic 2021 or a fantastic season that you're stepping into, or just a fantastic day.